throughout that whole recruiting process, I talked to a couple different schools, and I just kind of felt that Richmond was the best fit for me. I came down here, visited and talked to Coach Huseman and the rest of the coaching staff, and they kind of just talked about how they could utilize me, and it just seemed like a hungry program, you know. Maybe last year didn't really go their way, but they felt that they could bring in myself and some other people that could contribute, and it just seemed like the right place for me. Yeah, I would say that definitely played a role in my choice coming here, and you know, to be able to go and say that I graduated from Richmond as well, it's a big deal for me, and had a lot of influence from like my grandparents and my parents saying, like, you know, you really should look into that. But I mean, that definitely had a big role. Yeah, no, I'm definitely excited. Coach Durden, you know, he seems super creative, and even this past spring was really nice for me to be around the guys and playing and just, you know, having fun playing football again. So yeah, I'm definitely excited to get the season going. Yeah, it's been super easy, and I guess that just is an attribute to the guys here and the coaching staff here. You know, I transferred looking for a new place where I can just enjoy playing football and have fun with it, and that's all it's been for me so far here. It's just been really nice. So I'd say there's two people who really had a big impact on me. First, my father, just always playing with us when we were younger, keeping us active and always just inspiring us to be the best we can possibly be. And then on my older brother as well. You know, he's always been there pushing me. He's only a year older than me. And so anytime, you know, I just wanted to take the day off or something, he always made sure I was at my very best, and we always just had a ton of fun playing together. So definitely my father and then my older brother. It was very motivating for me. You know, I had the opportunity to go to a bunch of the games when I was a senior in high school, and then just be around a bunch of the guys, just seeing how they operate, seeing what the successful players do, definitely motivated me to, you know, go out there and train harder and be the best player and person I could be. I mean, even just like this past week with everyone getting back on campus, and then the transfer also Keystone, getting on campus, you know, it's just been a lot of fun in that way of just competing, you know. One example was today in the weight room. I look over and see Keystone doing all kinds of weight, and you know, everyone's all excited about that. So it just motivated me to be even go a little harder, and you know, that way. But then football-wise, I think once we get into camp, and then the first game against Jacksonville will be really exciting as well. It seems like everyone on the team has just been super hungry to get out here. We've been out here, I mean, it seems at least, you know, 4 times a week, just out in the field, working on different things with the quarterbacks and just kind of timing down and stuff like that. But then also we started competing with the defensive backs a little bit, a little more recently. But it's just been a ton of fun just playing football again.
Coach said that all the transfers that have brought in have meshed real well. What has been your experience since making the decision, coming here and being part of your first camp here?
Yeah, I think there was a time right before we left for summer when I had a chance to talk to Brandon Feemster about how, you know, our experience has been so far, and we both just talked about how well it worked out. You know, we came in, we made friends right away. Teammates like Mo and others, you know, have really helped us, you know, just, you know, join the program, and they embrace us and just let us be who we are, you know, in the program. You know, it's an on-the-field thing, but it's also an off-the-field thing where we really mesh very well, so yeah.
Any apprehension before you came, like you knew you had to transfer, but before you came here, was there any, you know, uneasiness about coming in and, you know, obviously competing for playing time right away?
Yeah. No, I mean, just like any kind of change, you know, it's always going to be uncomfortable. You know, but what I noticed here is that they made that really not really uncomfortable at all. Like you said, maybe I was a little nervous coming in just because it's something new, you know, meeting new people. You don't know how the team's going to accept you or if they are going to. You know, everyone just made it really easy for me here.
You didn't play against Utah, right?
No, I did not.
So your last game was the Big Ten
Championship. Big Ten Championship game, yes.
66,000 people, Ohio State.
Right.
Be a little different Thursday. Attitude adjustment, perspective adjustment. Can you speak to that and how you get yourself ready in a much different environment?
Yeah, I mean, you're still playing football, you know. If you're in practice or if you're in front of, like you said, 60,000 people, you know, you get out there and maybe you notice when you first go out there, but then you get on the game, and just like that, you're playing football again. So I'm not really preparing in any different way at all, just going out there and studying and working with my teammates to make sure everything's ready to go.
as a receiver, what did you see of the quarterback competition and the way it played out over the last couple of weeks?
Yeah, it was really fun. I mean, getting here in the spring and then working with Reed and Joe in the spring, and then the summer when Bo got here, the room got really competitive. And that just really showed an extra work all the time throughout the week in the summer. And then throughout camp, they all bring a different skill set to the table. But I thought they really had all really good fall camp, and I'm excited to see what they do this fall. And then for me, just being on a new campus, it's nice to see the support that we've gotten from everyone. So I'm excited to go out there Thursday and see how it goes.
Have you?
You don't really think about that, but when you turn on the film, you see that they have really good athletes on the other side, and maybe the scholarship thing isn't there, but they definitely have good athletes, and people progress throughout college in different ways. So and they also have a bunch of transfers too. So they definitely have a bunch of good athletes on the other side.
Charlie, what kind of things did you do to familiarize yourself on the field with Bo once he got here? Because you were here in the spring and had that time with Joe. How did you try and work that chemistry before practice started?
Yeah, I guess I would say that, with Bo getting here in the summer, he really involved himself right away in all the extra work that we were doing, and he always made sure to, grab me or grab other receivers and, start working on our chemistry. So he was very active himself, and I think that it really proved to help him this fall in camp because of how well he did this fall.